Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo, and this is $3 Theater. And you know, The Rock, aka Dwayne Johnson, right? Because let's face it, his name is Dwayne Johnson, but no one is ever going to call him that right off the bat. You always immediately go to The Rock. Someone says Dwayne Johnson, you have to stop for a moment and go, that's correct. That is his name. This dude is everywhere, and I mean literally everywhere. Fast and Furious, Jumanji, Baywatch. And now he's shooting a movie called Rampage. Now, Rampage is based off of the video game series where King Kong, a Godzilla looked like, and a werewolf, gigantic building-sized werewolf, terrorize the world. And it's a great game. It's each level is modeled after a city, kind of, famous city around the world, and they destroy it, and they have to take out the military and everything else to build up the points to move on. It's a fun game. I've been playing it since the 80s, and the fact that they're turning it into a movie starring The Rock is one that I'm vaguely interested in. In fact, I'm really curious to know what the plotline of this is. Thankfully, the plot has emerged. And this is what it has to say. So there are spoilers going forward, just so you know. But this is what we should be expecting when the Rampage movie finally comes out. It says, the movie opens with a privately owned space station being destroyed thanks to some kind of mysterious experiment that was being done on board. In the wake of the destruction, 3 canisters from the experiment somehow end up falling all the way to Earth. One of the canisters falls into the gorilla enclosure at the San Diego Zoo, another lands in the plains of Wyoming, and the final one ends up in the Florida Everglades. And you can see where this is already going. The experiment that was being conducted hails from the Griffin Technologies Group, the company owned by 2 siblings, played by Malin Ackerman and Jake Lacey. Looking to ensure the government doesn't link their company to any of the work being done on the space station, they try to destroy the evidence at the crash sites. But of course, the contents of the canisters have already caused the gorilla named George, a wolf, and an alligator to start evolving, growing at a frighteningly exponential rate. So how can they cover this up now? The Griffin siblings concoct a genius plan to use a beacon that attracts each of the creatures to their head office, ensuring that all the evidence of their experiments will be destroyed. It just so happens that their head office is located in the Willis Tower in Chicago, which won't bode so well for the residents of the Windy City. Okay, so that's an interesting plot. That's an interesting plot. Now, they don't talk about The Rock's character. And he's playing an ex-Marine who works as a primatologist who raised George, teaching him sign language and everything. So basically, George is Amy the gorilla. If Amy the gorilla was given, this experimental thing that causes canister that causes her to blow up, or him to blow up and become basically King Kong, not in name, but just basically like King Kong. Now, Naomi Harris, who plays Moneypenny in the new James Bond films, she also has a role as a Griffin scientist who helps The Rock try to stop monsters from destroying Chicago. So, okay, so the thing is, I don't quite know how this is going to turn out into a movie. Is it going to be, clearly it's going to be from Dwayne Johnson's perspective, right? Him and Naomi Harris are going to be trying to stop the monsters and everything else. Probably what's going to happen is this, because it's Rampage and it's going to be gigantic fights and whatever. Probably George is going to have to battle the wolf and the lizard, right? That's probably what's going to happen. And I think the lizard's name is Lizzie, isn't it? That's what the lizard's name is. So he's going to have to battle those people, very much like King Kong versus Godzilla. If you want my honest opinion, this is good. I think one of the reasons why they're doing this right now, why it's in production right now, is because they want to get this out before King Kong versus Godzilla coming in 2020. I mean, clearly they've got 3 years to do it, but given the success of Godzilla from 2014, as well as Kong Skull Island, they're building into that big world and everything else. This one, I think, wants to come out and lampoon that idea before the serious version comes out first. So there's that. But here's the thing. This movie may suck. It's being directed by Brad Peyton, who did Cats and Dogs, The Revenge of Kitty Galore, and Journey 2, The Mysterious Island, as well as San Andreas. Now, Cats and Dogs, The Revenge of Kitty Galore was just a god-awful movie. I only saw bits and pieces of it, but it was pretty bad. Journey to the Mysterious Island was okay. It was okay. It wasn't as good as the first Journey to the Center of the Earth. I liked it because Brendan Fraser, right? You know, get Brendan Fraser and The Rock back on screen together. I'd be happy with that. But San Andreas, I have not seen, but I have heard good things about, and they're even doing San Andreas 2 right now. And well, they're not shooting it, but it's definitely like on the docket to be coming out. So this could be. Now, here's what I'm hoping for this. Let me just kind of break down what I personally am hoping from this. I want this to be like Battleship. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, Matt, Battleship sucked. In which case, I disagree with you wholeheartedly. Battleship knew what it was all the way through, never took itself as seriously as people think that it did. And I personally have not talked to anyone who has seen the movie, legitimately sat down and watched it, that didn't enjoy it for being brainless fun, right? People think that it's Transformers, but with Battleship. In which case, yes, because they kept trying to hype it up as being from the studio that brought you Transformers. Transformers is super fucking serious. And that's one of the things that's been really hurting the franchise, is that it's not giving itself into the whole lighthearted aspect of what, you know, gigantic robots fighting each other. But this one, if done correctly, and let's be fair, the games themselves are very comical. They're very tongue in cheek. It's a lot of dumb kind of, you know, like bright, colorful stuff. And if the movie plays off of that mentality without taking itself too seriously, then I think it might actually be okay. And it's one that it's going to be a big budget thing. It's going to be you know, it's got The Rock, so it's going to bring in people. And I'm curious to see what they do with it, because something like this has never been attempted before. And the great part about this too is that it's not like being discussed as a possibility. It's literally in production at this moment in time. And I'm excited to see what happens with it. So what do you guys think? Is the plot for this sound dumb? Are you excited to see it? Do you think it's going to be any good? Do you think it's just going to suck horribly? Let me know in the comments below. My name is Matt Jarbo. You've been listening to 3 Buck Theater. If you haven't already, please thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel. New movie coverage from me practically every day. And I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out.